there, we're going to move into some spinal rippling, right? We're going to work on how the pelvis can anterior and posterior tilt and help us articulate through our spine through flexion and extension. We'll take some seal rocks. I like to start by setting up my seal. My hands can come in at about a 45-degree angle. The goal here is for our hips to be on the ground, our pelvis to be down if possible, my shoulder blades to be depressed, like I'm pressing into the ground, externally rotating through my hands or through my shoulders so that pits of my elbows face forward if possible. Pull your belly in, squeeze and tuck your glutes so you're not crunching into the low spine. That's our seal position. From there, I'm going to push back through my arms. I have long arms. I end up almost all the way in a child's pose. And then we're going to tuck the tail under, come through our cat, drive the pelvis forward, ripple up through our seal. So it's going to be a rippling seal rock, right? Anteriorly tilt the pelvis, the low back, the middle back, the top of the back, the top of the head. Posterior tilt the pelvis. This is 3. We have 5 seal rocks. Anterior tilt, posterior tilt, anterior tilt, posterior tilt. Good. We're going to move into the top range of that action. We're going to come into our pike position, also known as a downward dog or an upside down V shape. And from here, I'm going to take a calf raise, I'm going to posterior tilt and ripple through my spine till I get to a plank, a supported plank. I'm then going to anterior tilt and push back into shoulder flexion to my downward dog or pike position. 5 times. 2, 3, starting with the calf raise and the pelvis. 4, the pelvis. 5. Nice. And now I'm going to put those 2 things together for 5 reps. It looks like this. 5 reps of the whole cycle. So we're going to calf raise, tuck the glutes, roll through the spine, let the pelvis keep going, look up at the sky, drop the knees, untuck the toes, stick the tail out, come back to child's pose or a little ball. Reversing that, I have the bottom end of my seal rock, ripple through the spine, tuck the toes, stick the tail out, come back to down dog. 5 times. So we have posterior tilt, drive, 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 squeeze your butt, pull your belly in. We have anterior tilt. We have posterior tilt. We stick our butt out, anterior tilt. Ripple, look up. Tail leads, look down. Tail leads, look up. Tail leads, look down. 2 more. Calf raise. Feel the low back, the middle back, the upper back, the top of the head, the eyes. Feel the low back, the middle back, the upper back, the top of the head. Ripple through the spine. Last one. Good. A little bit of spinal rippling from the pelvis. From there, we're going to go into a little bit of active work, some shoulder stretching, then we'll wrap it up. We're going to have a 3-part Superman active shoulder work paired with a 3-part glute bridge. That looks a little something like this. I'm going to lay prone, squeeze my legs together, engage my quads, tuck my pelvis posteriorly, drive my pubic bone into the floor, pull my belly button up off the floor, forehead on the mat. I'm going to cactus, 15 seconds here. I'm going to lift the arms, lift the head. 2, 3, 4, 5, half Superman. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, keep squeezing your butt. 15, then go to a Y, And externally rotate like you're holding a beach ball. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now from a Y, we move to an I, the hardest of all. Squeeze your butt, pull your belly in, lift the arms. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whew. Good. That should feel, you should be feeling something in your mid-back, upper back on that. And we're now going to transfer to the back and work our little 3-part glute bridge to pair with that. Heels close to your glutes, knees together, feet together. Squeeze the glutes, posteriorly tilt the glutes, drive the hips into the air until the knees can't stay together, but they have to. So you're coming up just to a glute bridge for 10 seconds. 4, 5, squeezing, 6, 7, 8, tilting, 9, 10. Keep the hips up, take 1 step away from yourself. Feet together, knees together, glute tilt. 10 seconds. Also try to pull your heels towards your butt, right? So I have posterior tilt, upper glute ham, knees are squeezed, so my adductors are engaged, and I'm pulling my heels towards me, so my hamstrings light up. Third set, we're gonna keep the hips up, step a little further away from myself. Feet together, knees together, posterior tilt, adduction, hamstrings. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oof. Good, nice. From there, we're gonna go into some shoulder flexion stretching. For this, you can use a chair. It's like a chair cat, if you will. If you don't have a block, you can use a book. I'm gonna hold the book between my hands. My elbows will find the edge of my chair. My hips will be in line with my knees. I'm gonna pull the book towards my back. We have 15, 14, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come out of that. From that bent arm cat, we're going to move to our straight arm cat. We just flip our chair around. Similar to a stall bar stretch, right? I'm just going to hold onto the top of the chair for now. And similarly, move my knees back to right under my hips. And we're going to take 5 reps of rippling through the spine here. So I find my flexion. I'm anterior tilted. I'm now going to posterior tilt, roll through the spine. My head's the last to arrive. I can move in a little bit. Then I'm going to anterior tilt, fall through my arms. Head's the last to arrive. So I tilt the spine. I go lower back, middle back, upper back, top of head. Anterior tilt, low back, middle back, head's last to arrive. 3, 4, 5. A little bit of motion in the ocean. All right, good. From there we have a little bit of twisting and then some passive work, and we'll wrap it up. We're going to move into our Bretzel Stretch. First we have our book opener, then our Bretzel. Right, so I'm going to take my knees, make them 90 degrees, and find them like I'm sitting in a chair. I'm then going to open up my arms to a big T stretch. Right? Trying to reach my shoulders towards the ground, trying to keep my knees together, my pelvis perpendicular to the floor. We have 10 more seconds here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We can find the other side, 15 seconds. You can set up by sitting in a chair, then by opening up your arm, trying to find the shoulders on the ground. Five more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Now we're going to go into our Bretzel Stretch, which I'll change direction so I can do on this other side. I'm going to let my knees fall to one direction. I'm going to grab the bottom foot, pull that knee out from underneath me so my knee is in line with my body. I'm going to pull this foot close to my glutes. I'm going to use the other hand to coax this knee down to the ground, and I spiral. So I'm getting a quad stretch from the bottom leg. I'm getting a little more twist from the top leg, and that shoulder trying to remain down to the ground. 15 seconds total. Three, two, one. Good. Other side. So you can let your knees fall. Similarly to the book opener, separate the legs. Find your bottom leg. Find your top leg. Look behind yourself. Stretch. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Our final two things are going to be a passive block lie. Again, if you don't have a block, you can use a book. If you don't have any books, you can use a towel and roll up a towel. Or if you have a roller, use a roller. I can place this about at the bra line, right? So it's where the back of the bottom of the scapula kind of come in contact with a chair maybe. And I'm gonna lay down over top of my block, my book, my roller, my household object. And I want my head to be able to just barely get to the ground. And I'm just gonna passively lie in this spinal extension. If I'd like to, I can raise my arms up overhead. And we're going to be here for 20 seconds. Checking in with our breath. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I can roll off my object safely. Push myself up. Excellent. Move, set object, good. And now we're going to finish off with a counter stretch, which will be a plow. So I'm going to lay on my back, bring my knees over my head. I'm using my hands on my back to support myself. If my feet can't touch the ground, just let them relax. If they can touch the ground, keep the toes on the ground and stretch through the heels. In this shape, try not to turn your head. 10 more seconds. Good, come down from that. Lie on the floor just for about 10 seconds to let everything come back to normal. Palms face up. Three, 2, 1. Thanks for taking Spinal Mobility. I hope there was something there for you. Be easy, everyone.